person so far.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty normal, isn't it?
Yeah, this time it's like
Yeah. Slowly trickle in.
okay, I'll start the video.
Great, thanks.
Connectra creates opportunities for people with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. On Service Mondays, we highlight a local organization or initiative. On February 5th, we hear from BC Centre for Ability about their accessible employment programs. Then on February 12th, join Eric to discover the richness of the Disability Foundation's own programming. Monday, February 19th is Family Day in British Columbia, so there will be no programming. On the 26th, join Lauren from Emotions BC for a presentation on the importance of caring for your mental health. On Tuesday, February 27th, find your next read and engage in an insightful discussion on the representation of disabilities in literature through our new book club in partnership with the VPL. On Friday, February 16th, learn how to plan your garden with Digga. Tuesday afternoons are for creative writing with Emily. Wednesdays are chair yoga with Bobby Seal-Kabisky. Thursdays are adaptive fitness with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Fridays are contemporary improv dance classes with Janice Lawrence. Visit the events calendar on Connectra's website, connectra.org, for more information and to register for events.
Okay, you can start.
All right, thank you. All right, hello everyone. There's only 2 joining us right now, but hopefully there'll be more and some online after the fact. So I'm Julie from Ocean Rehab and Fitness, and I'm happy to be here with you today. For today's class, the only equipment you need is a set of hand weights. So we will be doing some shoulder work as well as some larger muscle group work, like our biceps, that have a little bit more strength potentially. So you might want a set of light weights and then slightly heavier ones if you have such things. If not, and you want to use 2 water bottles or 2 soup cans or whatever you have handy, that will work as well. So we will get started. You can sit back on your chair. We'll do the breathing exercise that we typically do to begin class. So if you like to have your eyes closed, you're welcome to do that now. And we'll just start focusing on our breathing with a different focus for kind of our spine and how our breath affects our posture in just a moment. So just take a few nice even breaths in and out. And then you can turn your focus to the crown of your head, getting a little closer to the ceiling on every breath in, and then just having a nice even exhale. So breath in makes you a little bit taller in your seat. And a breath out to exhale. 2 more. And 1 like that. Then we'll turn our breathing to the expansion through our rib cage. If you want to have your hand to your chest, you're welcome to do that. So a breath in, you can feel that expansion, and a breath out to release. And if you like that, breath in, chest expands, breath out, evenly squeezing out all that air. We'll do 2 more like that. And 1. And then turning our focus to our belly breathing. So breath in as if you could fill your belly up with air, and breath out, squeezing out all the air, belly button to backbone. Breath in like you're filling up a balloon, and breath out to squeeze out every last drop of air. A few more like that. And we'll just do 1 more like that for now. And then if you've had your eyes closed, you can open them, and we'll get going with some neck release or neck warm up. So ear to shoulder, back to center, just moving through a nice comfortable range. If there's a spot that you want to pause for a moment, go ahead and do that. A little extra stretch. Last one each way like that. Good. When you come back to center, you'll do some shoulder checks. So over one shoulder, back to center, and over the other. Thinking about this movement, stemming at the base of your skull. So the pivot coming from your neck and not because your shoulders are adjusting to move you side to side. The last one each way. Good. And then if you are, we're going to look down to our lap, back to center and up to the ceiling. Good. And last one like that. All right. Focusing on our trapezius muscles and really the fact that we don't need them to do too much today. So we're going to take our shoulders up by our ears using them, but then we're going to slide our shoulder blades down our back so that we don't need those muscles to engage too much that sit between our ear and our shoulder. So the shoulders come up by your ears briefly, and then that squeeze down your back is the one that we really are looking for now. So let's do a few more like that. Holding that downward squeeze. Don't hold your breath though, for a few. So you should feel your shoulder blades track down your back and those muscles at the base of your shoulder blade, hold them in position. Two more like that. As I said, we do have a bit of overhead work today. So these muscles at the base of our shoulder blade will be really important to hold our shoulders down while our arms reach up overhead in a few moments. All right, that being said, give me a few reaches off to the side. We're going to start to warm up through our chest. Good. And then we're going to make this a little bit bigger movement. So you're going to come off to the side and then around to touch your opposite shoulder, or at least come towards opposite shoulder. Good. Last two. Each way. So let's do 4 in total. Last one each way, because hopefully you're changing which hand's on top every time. I didn't cue that though. Awesome. From here, let's go opening one low, one high. So one up past your ear, one down past your hip. And then maybe to continue our neck warm up as well, you'll look towards that arm that's reaching up. Good, last one like that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. If you need a little shoulder reset before you start, go ahead. So opening up that opposite arm to the top, maybe looking towards that hand as it reaches up as well. Good, we'll do 2 more there. And last one. All right. Let's set our shoulders in position and do some seated row. So without a band at this point, just thinking of grabbing something out front of you and pulling it in towards you. So again, those shoulder blades, now your rhomboids between your 2 shoulder blades are doing most of the work here. And let's make this a little bit bigger move too. So your shoulder blades squeeze and then your arms help to squeeze back. Being kind to your shoulders, of course, if you have maybe a rotator cuff injury or your shoulders are a little extra tight today, not forcing this range any farther than what feels good. Last 2 and last one here. Good. And we're going to be working our triceps later on today as well. So let's do a few upper tricep reaches. So you're going to start with your hands up high and press forward and slightly towards the ceiling. So just getting those triceps nice and warm as well. If this doesn't feel like a great exercise for you and you want to go down low instead and do your tricep kickbacks from a lower position, that's fine too. Good. We'll do 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. I knew I shouldn't have worn long sleeves today. I knew I would be too warm. Did it anyway. All right, here we go. So our heart rate raising activities today are going to kind of be mirrored in our weighted activities that we do later as well. So I'm going to start these as single arm moves. And then if you want to have a little bit more cardio challenge, you'll do both arms at the same time. So I'll kind of cue that as we go here. So the first one we're doing is a bicep curl to a military press. So curl up, rotate, press. curl up, rotate, press. So we're doing that without weights in hand right now. Just getting maybe a little bit of speed once you get the hang of this move. Curl, rotate, press. It's hard to do this one really fast, but with that rotation, it slows us down a little bit, but that's okay. Good. Maybe you want to start doing this with both arms at once. So curl, rotate, press. Both arms moving at once means our heart rate is probably elevating at least a little more than single arm. So you choose which one feels best for you today. And especially as our first move of the day. I don't have a timer going today. We're just going to move through these for the next little while and then change to our weighted activities. Good. So we'll do a few more here and then we'll change it up. Maybe you're thinking a little bit about our first breathing exercise that we did, thinking of the crown of your head getting closer to the ceiling, especially as you do both arms overhead. Good, we'll do two more. And last one here. Excellent. Check in with those shoulders, make sure they are tracked back and down like we cued in warm-up. Our next one is going to be tricep kickback to a sidearm lift. So what we're going to do is a press back, press out, press back, press out. Your press out can be with a bent elbow. It's a little bit easier transition if we're doing a tricep press, meaning that I'm extending from the elbow for my back move. Okay, and once you get going on these, if you feel like you want to increase the workload, both arms at the same time, I'll start that right away here. Good, so you're gonna go back, out, back, out. Again, for those side lifts, your choice, whether you have long arms or bent elbows. Great, keep going a little longer here. All right, shoulders are staying low. We've got 3 more. 2 and 1. Excellent. Shake out those shoulders. I need a drink of water already. If you do too, go ahead. I'll try to cue a few water breaks throughout. All right, our next one is also a bicep curl, but what we're going to do is front lift, curl. So your bicep curl is going to be while your elbow is pointed forward. Try to make those 2 separate moves. Good, so front lift, curl. Front lift, curl. When you're ready, maybe you'll add both arms at once on this one too. So lift, curl, lift, curl. Okay, checking in with your posture, nice and tall in your seat. Because these are front-facing moves, our core muscles working a little bit harder to support us here. Got a few more here. Last 3. And 2. And last one here. Excellent. All right. Next one is going to be with a long arm to the side. So similar to one of our ones we've done already. and then a long arm to the front. So long arm to the side. I often do it the other way around. So side, front, side, front. I'll add a couple of, I should have just stuck with my regular one here. I want to do the front first. I'll add a couple of other options in here too, if you want to change things up a little bit. So we'll stay with just single arm raises just for a bit, because we have the option of a little bit of side flexion and front hinge. So only if that's a good choice for you today, add that little bit of extra reach in each direction. Side, front, and then if you would prefer to keep nice and solid to the center and start to add both arms at the same time, it'll be out to the side, out to the front. Keep going. All right, a few more here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Excellent. Our next one is going to be, let's see, we're going to do a lat push up and then a press down. So we're going to press up, press down, press up, press down. Good. Those down presses are not the most natural thing in the world, so it feels strange to do, but press up, press down past your hip. Keep going, a few more of those. If you want to add both arms at once, I'll cue you up on that in a minute here. Yeah, so you can press up, press down, press up, press down. Good. A few more here. I'm having trouble coordinating this one today. Go ahead. Last 3. And 2. And last one here. Good. All right. I have one more in this sequence for you. It's one that's a little bit more natural, I think. So we'll go to a forward press. So a really active press, and then a side press, just a little bit different than we've already done. Front press, side press. Now, it's up to you here whether you want to add that little bit of extra reach here again, as we did in the previous exercise that was quite similar to this. So if you want to and feel comfortable with that hinge and then a little side flex, hips staying nice and even on your chair. So the side flex using our oblique muscles help us stabilize. And then if you want to add both arms at the same time, you will be nice and tall in your chair for this one. Okay, a few more like that. Let's do 4 more. 3, at your own pace, 2, and 1. All right, shake out your shoulders, shake out your hands, getting ready to grab our weights. So for the first little bit of the exercises, we'll only be using 1 weight, and then we'll go to 2 weights. So I will let you decide whether you have both weights in hand now, or if you'd like to have one hand to stabilize, maybe on the arm of your chair or your base of your chair. go ahead and just have one weight in hand for now. That is fine. All right, so you've seen these moves already. They're moves of two different exercises into one. And our first one was one we started with for our cardio today, which is bicep curl to a military press. So this one takes a bit of time to execute. It's not a quick move. We want to make sure each piece is ready to go. So in a moment, we'll do 10. Just remember, it's bicep curl, rotate, press for the ceiling, elbow comes down, and then you're coming back through that rotation to the end of your bicep curl. So we're going for 10 here. Good. 6. We'll count backwards. 5. 4. 3. 2. And last one here. Great. All right, so maybe do one tester on the other side and see how that feels. If your shoulders may be a bit sore today, don't feel like you have to do full extension through the arm. And just a reminder on those muscles that sit at the base of your shoulder blade, we really want them to work to keep your shoulders low. So even when at the top end of my motion, my arm is raised, my shoulder is not. It's staying down nice and tight away from my ear. All right. So ready to do 10 on this side. We've got 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Almost on this side. 2. And 1. All right. See how that feels. Maybe shake out your neck a little bit if you need to. Small rotation. So I thought I would introduce this exercise as well with both weights in hand. You know yourself and what feels best for you. If you have stability issues through mid-spine and you typically use a brace, then you can go ahead and add that for our double overhead, or you can do singles instead. So I was thinking we would just do 5 with both arms together and maybe slow it down a little bit. So do whatever is comfortable for you, maybe without the weights, that's fine too. So we're gonna do bicep curl, rotate, press up, maybe even to meet in the center and back down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. And last one here is 5. Perfect. All right. So that's that exercise complete. Our next one that you saw as well in cardio was our tricep kickback to a side arm lift. So my suggestion for you on this one is that you can think about the first exercise as movement through your elbow. So extend and return to a right angle. And the second part of the exercise is movement through your shoulder to reach that elbow out to the side and back in again. So we'll stay on one side and do 10 of those, and it will look like this. Extend, arm raise. Probably with a bent elbow, just because it's a lot longer move to get your arm straight to do the side arm. So we will do 10, kick back, side arm raise. Good, shoulder stays low. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So if you're just using, just holding one weight, you'll transfer to the other arm. Shoulders are set. 1 test run before we begin. So elbow bend, or elbow straighten, elbow bend, and then that movement through your shoulder to raise your arm. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Great, shake it out, shake out your head and neck if you like. We're going to give you the option here to do 5 with both arms together on this one as well. If you would like a little something extra, you can be hinged for the tricep kickback portion, and then you'll sit up tall for the side arm raise. So your choice, up tall for both exercises or a small hinge for the tricep kickback. So here we go for 5, fairly slow for these ones. So out and out. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay. I'm going to grab another drink. If you need one too, go right ahead. Good. So moving on to our next one, we're going to do a front arm lift with an extended bicep curl. And what that means is that you may need a smaller weight in hand for this one, because we're relying on our front shoulder muscles to hold our upper arm nice and stable while we do this really big bicep curl move. So from the side, it will look like this. Extend, rotate your palm facing up, curl. So typically when we do our bicep curls, our arms are down at our side. We're moving this one out front. More stability needed through our core for this, especially if you have a heavier weight in hand. So make sure you adjust accordingly. Shoulders are set. We are going to do 10 of these as well per side. So especially because of the extra stability needed, if you know that you need this free hand to hold on either at your chair back or at the arm of your chair, feel free to do that instead of holding a second weight in hand. So here we go. We're going to lift, rotate that big curl for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So upper arm quite stable for this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Excellent. Same on the other side, keeping those shoulders low, doing one test run first to see how this feels on this side. So it will be that lift and then a rotation to get that bicep curl. We're ready to start 10 of those. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last one here. Great. So knowing that even one arm out front, of course, challenges our stability. Both arms out front will be more challenging. If you need to do this one without weights, please feel free. Maybe do a test run first. We're only going to do 5, and ideally just a little bit slower than you would have done the single arms, but just be really aware that your core muscles are supporting so that your low back is keeping nice and stable on the chair back. So from here, if you like, give it a test, reach out, curl. We'll do 5 like this. So that was 1, 2. First one was a test. 3, 4, and 5. Great. Okay. For our next one, I'm going to kind of break with the pattern, and we will just do a single move. And I actually misspoke before when we were talking, when we were doing the press up during our cardio. I think I called it a lat press, which of course is more the down pull, which is what we're going to focus on now. Same will apply. We'll do single arm, and then we will test out both together with or without the weights for our next go round. So for this one, because we don't have an overhead pulley handy that we can use to pull down, we have to have the weight in hand on the up portion of the exercise as well. So we do still have to have workload here, but it's the down portion that is the lat muscle pulling your arm down towards your side. So that's really what I want you to focus on as the work phase. So we'll do 10 like that, where you press up, doesn't need to be to full extension, and then squeeze and pull down. We'll count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's try that same one on the other side. So again, even though we are reaching up overhead, the workload portion of the exercise is those side back muscles squeezing and pulling down. So here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. So knowing that that took more stability again, because it was an overhead reach, I will let you decide whether having both weights in hand is appropriate for doing both at the same time, or you're certainly free to do one at a time still. So if we are getting set up, our start point will be here, pulling down. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Perfect. Okay, we are moving into core exercises. We are still going to keep weights in hand. Let's see, we're going to start with both weights in hand out front. You're welcome to go to just a single weight instead, depending on what is challenging to you. So we're going to start some paint shaker here. Shoulders are low, core muscles are already activated. We've been using them throughout class. And then make a small move to start with, out and in. Once you get the feel of this move, if you can start to speed it up a little bit. So really challenging that stability. Grab that little bit of belly button to backbone, just a small squeeze, enough to really tell those core muscles they need to be working this entire time as your arms with those extra weights move front to back. So just slow it down. We're going to take a little rest here, and then we're going to do it again with a few variations. So if you've been using both weights and for your second set, you want to dial down to a single weight or no weights, that's of course totally fine as well. Shoulders are low. Weights are just above lap level. They don't need to be very high for this one. This time we're going to go a little bit wider out to the front. So you're going to give a little bit of a reach. And we're not going to go fast for this round. We're going to just a nice even pace. And from here, you will decide whether you want to, or it's most appropriate for you to stay nice and upright for this one, or if you can add a small hinge, and it can be very small. So just a little bit of forward motion through the torso, but not driven by shoulders coming up to your ears. So it is a hinge from the hips. Or stay nice and upright for these ones. That is totally fun. Let's just do 3 more. 2 and 1. Awesome. All right. I have, probably this is the last weighted exercise that we will do today before we spend lots of time on stretching. So for this next one, you have a few choices as well, based on your body and how you feel today. We're going to do our side flex, which is oblique muscles working to flex to the side and then pull you back up tall. Now, I'm going to start with both weights in hand, just so we don't have to pick them back up and down, and do side to side move to start with. So shoulders are low, weights are off to the side, hips are nice and even on my chair, and they're going to stay that way as I go side flex, back to center. Having said that, if you know that you need the extra stability of having a free hand to maybe hold on to your chair base or arm of your chair, feel free to do about 5 on one side and then change to 5 on the other. And we will join you there in a minute. So side flex, back to center, nice even breaths in and out, feeling our oblique muscles, our side core muscles, pulling us back to center. Good, we'll do 2 more each side. And last one. Excellent. And then I'm going to set 1 weight down. So I still have 1 weight in hand, and we will finish off these oblique side tips with 1 weight, side flex. So again, hips nice and even, shoulders square. We're going to go a little bit slower and stay on the weighted side. So weighted side comes a little bit closer to the ground, and then your opposite obliques pull you back up. So just tuning into this one side now instead of moving from side to side. A little bit more focus, a little bit slower move as we go. 4, 3, 2, and last one on this side. Great. And then we'll change to do the same on the other side. Checking in once again, hips nice and even in my chair, whether I am square or whether I am side flexed, and then using those oblique muscles to pull back up, nice and slow and constant move here. Good. We'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. All right. So I'm going to sneak in one last move. You probably knew I was going to do that anyway. I usually sneak one more even after I said that we are done. We're going to use that weight one more time. It will be rotator cuff, and we will not spend very long with it. We've done lots of shoulder work today. I just wanted to pay a little bit of attention to our rotator cuff before we get ready to stretch. So this one will be fast. Elbow is glued to your side. It's going to stay there the whole time. Palm will face up for this exercise. We're going to move from a slight cross body move with the weight to a rotation off to the side. So the rotation is coming from my shoulder, deep in my shoulder socket, using the rotator cuff. And really listening to your body for this one. Going slow enough that you can tell what a comfortable end range is for you, and you're not letting that weight move you any farther than you need to go. Okay, let's do 3 more. And 2. And last one here. Great. Change to the other side. I promise this is the last resistance exercise we will do today. Shoulder is low, elbow is glued to your side. It will stay there the whole time as that weight comes cross body, and then rotation off to the side. Really paying attention to how that shoulder feels and where it's telling you its end ranges. Good. Let's do 3 and 2 and last one here. Excellent. Done with that weight. Great. We are ready to stretch. So let's start with shoulders low and a cross-body hug. So you can give yourself a low hug where your shoulders stay low and your elbows are fairly low as well. Focusing on your breathing a little bit here too. You can feel the rise and fall of your chest from your arms positioning. And then maybe you'll move just through a little bit of range through your neck, side to side. I'll try to make sure we have time to do a little extra neck stretch at the end. So this is just an active stretch for now through the neck. Last one each way here. Good. And then as your head comes back to center, you'll open your arms wide and cross them with the other arm on top. Shoulders are low, elbows are low. This time, our shoulders will stay low, but our elbows might come out to the front just a little bit and actively pull forward. You might even add a hinge in here if that's appropriate for you, just a small hinge to get a little bit more stretch through shoulder blades and maybe in through a little lower into your mid back as well. Long spine here though. Good. Bring yourself back up nice and tall, unwind your arms. We're focusing on rear shoulders and in through the shoulder blades for our next stretch as well. So this one will be with a forward reach, shoulder is low, grabbing onto that arm at the wrist and slowly pulling it cross body. So keep that shoulder low. It shouldn't be anywhere near your ear right now. For this one, we're going to do a little gentle neck stretch at the same time. So you're going to look over the shoulder where both of your hands are right now. Shoulder check. Good. Come back to center with your gaze. Let that arm come out to the side and give me 3 slow shoulder circles to the back. Nice big breath in and out while you do that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So shoulder is low, arm reaches out to the front. Grab on at your wrist with your other hand and gently traction it across. So we're just adding that little bit of extra stretch with pulling on that arm just a little bit. And then you'll look towards the side where both of your hands are currently. And bring that head back to center. Take your arm off to the side and then 3 slow shoulder circles to the back here. Big breaths in and out. Great. All right, we did a little bit of tricep work today. I would like to stretch out our triceps a bit. Two choices here. If your shoulders are okay with the up and over reach, same side reach, we're going to start there and then take your opposite hand and push that elbow just a little bit higher. Just check in and make sure your head is still nice and neutral here. Sometimes this move is kind of awkward and we have to move our head off to the side to get the stretch. If you feel like the more effective stretch would be crossbody down low, like at your shoulder, that's fine as well. Or if you're getting a good stretch and you're comfortable with your elbow up, pointed towards the ceiling, that's great. Good, you can unwind yourself from this stretch. We're going to use the same side arm one more time to reach up and over, stabilizing with that other hand as needed. And then maybe a small side flex to reach just a little bit farther. So getting into those lat muscles that we used as one of our last weighted exercises. Back to center here. We'll do the same on the other side. Perhaps your shoulder is different on this side. So your two options for that tricep stretch are to reach for your same side shoulder and then press your elbow towards the ceiling, or to reach across body and pull that elbow across as well. And you can unwind from that stretch and we will do our up and over stretch on this side. So staying nice and upright if you prefer, or a small side flex, getting a little bit more opening through maybe even your oblique and certainly through your lat muscle on this side as well. Great, come on back to center. We will do a quick bicep stretch, and then I promised you a little bit more neck stretch before we are done here. So let's press back. Both the shoulders are low, and then rotate so that your thumbs are facing in. Just a mild bicep stretch here. You think about puffing up through your chest with a breath in and getting a little bit of extra stretch through your chest muscles at the same time. And then come back to center. Let's do that two more times. So pressing back, thumbs out, rotating your thumbs in, maybe pressing a little bit farther if that's comfortable. And release. We'll do that one more time. Press back, thumbs are out. Rotate so those thumbs press in, and then maybe a little extra reach here. Good. Come on back to center. All right, so we will release through our neck. Give me a few slow neck circles, neck circles. If there's a spot that you feel is extra tight and in need of some attention, certainly stay there for a moment. You don't need to rush through the circle. And then maybe you'll change and go the other direction. Good, come on back to center. We'll make this last stretch part of our breathing exercise to end class today as well. So up nice and tall to start with, taking your hand gently to your head and just a little gentle tension to drop your ear towards your shoulder. And then nice even breaths in and out. So you don't need to be pressing very hard with that hand, hardly needs anything at all. To feel like every breath in and out makes a little bit more space and a little bit more relaxation through that muscle group. Good, you can release that one and come back to center. And we'll do the same on the other side. The hand is optional, so if you feel like you get enough stretch without adding your hand to your head, that's fine too. And then feeling like every breath in and out just releases that tension a little bit more. So nice, big, even breaths in and out. Good. And coming back to center here. And we'll take another few breaths in and out where we're focused on our posture like we did at the beginning, just with that breath in, bringing the crown of your head a bit closer to the ceiling, and a breath out to release. Just doing 2 more like that. Breath in, fall in your chair, breath out to release, and 1 more. Great. As usual, if you have any questions, I'll hang out for a few minutes and we will finish off class with 3 big breaths in, starting down low and reaching for the ceiling. The last one here. Awesome. Thanks for joining me today. Have a good rest of your day.
I just wanted to stay and say thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming today. It was a small gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Usually-
All limber.
How many people are usually here?
It's kind of hit and miss, anywhere between 2 and 6 or 7 most times, and then a lot watch it after on recording as well, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's on Facebook and YouTube both. So
Yeah, that's right. So it's there for all time, I think. Yeah. So yeah, you can always watch back some of the old videos too if you need exercise on a day that's not Thursday and you like this format. There's all the other videos from, I think, years past, isn't it? On YouTube.
yeah, I don't know how long, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's on YouTube?
Yeah,
It's
it's
on-
connect a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Connector one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. I'll see you guys next week.
All right. See you next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.